What episode is this?
15.
15. Nice.
Yeah, pretty good, right?
It's a good one.
Getting in the groove.
15. That's is that over or under? How many points the Jets score this season?
The season? Definitely over.
You think? I wouldn't be so sure.
Point the game?
You happen to catch the game on Sunday? I mean, I know you did. I know where you were.
I know where you were.
I
I was
know-
with Rich as his dreams and aspirations of the Jets winning at least 8 games in the next, I'd say, 2020 season, 2021 season, 2022 seasons. Them having a chance of going 8-8. I watched that look of Rich's face, just all that wash away. I watched it all wash away.
There's a good saying. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Backdraft. Have you
No.
ever seen that movie? There's a good line in that movie where it says, "You see that glint in the corner of your eye? That's your career dissipation light." And it just went into high drive. The glint in my eye before kickoff was there. It was in full gear. I said, another football season.
I think it lasted
I'm ready
90
to go.
seconds.
And I think that this might be a record on how quickly my hopes and dreams and aspirations for this team were completely shot to hell.
It was probably 90 seconds.
Well, on the very, very first play of the game, the kickoff to the 2020 season, they had a decent return. And it was called back for an illegal block in the back. And all of a sudden,
And they were put on the 10-yard line.
They were put on the 9. And right away in the back of my head, you start getting that feeling like, oh boy, here we go again. That was just only the beginning. Because where the game went from there was an absolute atrocity. And there was nothing good about this game from start to finish. I can't hear anything in my headset. But
At all?
nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I just lowered it a little bit. You're being dramatic.
There was
Can you
perfect.
hear me now?
I hear you now. There was nothing
like
good
me now?
about this game from start to finish, whether it's offense, defense, special teams. Maybe special teams because Sam Ficken actually made a kick, thank God. Nothing good about this game at all. And I think that
What was the final score? Was it 13 or 10?
we shut it off at half. I kept tabs on it. We had red zone on, but we shut the game. Where
I know Crowder scored.
Crowder had a 90-yard touchdown, but that's not the point. I mean,
I think it was 35 yards.
This is just so unbelievably quick how just everything that was in front of them to start this season, everything, gone in an instant. Literally in an instant. After the kickoff.
Oh, they scored 17 points.
Oh, come on. They lost, I think, 27-17. Is that the final score? I want to say 27-17. That game felt like it was 100-3. That's how bad that game felt. And I only watched the first half. There is nothing good about this team.
Ran one in.
Yeah, that's only because
I held the gun to my head.
That's because Le'Veon Bell got hurt. Go figure. Now he's out for 3 weeks, placed on the injury reserve. But here's my biggest issue with this game: Sam Darnold.
He's not good.
Well, I have been the biggest Darnold, I guess at this stage of the game I would have to say, excuse maker, right? I'm the biggest Sam Darnold apologist that there is. Because I've said many times he has no offensive line, he has no weapons, which he still doesn't. Let's get that straight. He still has no weapons. His top offensive weapon is Jamison Crowder. Jamison Crowder and Brashard Perryman are the top 2 wide receivers on this team, which, by the way, Crowder pulled a hamstring today, so he's probably out this coming Sunday. Just a little sidebar. He also has Le'Veon Bell. Those are his biggest weapons on the team. That is not enough for a quarterback to be successful in the National Football League. I don't care what you tell me. He's also had no offensive line. Until this offseason,
have won games with less.
Until this offseason, the Jets, from John Idzik, Mike McCagnon, and now Joe Douglas. Joe Douglas is the only one who have done it. They have invested nothing in the offensive line.
You can't even blame the wide receivers. You really can't for this.
Well, that's where I'm getting with this.
Because they were getting open. They were open.
Right. As bad as a lot. As bad as his weapons are, they actually found some holes, and he was missing them time and time again.
Can't even blame Gaze, honestly.
Oh, I blame Gaze. First, and I'll get into
if he draws up a play where these wide receivers are creating separation, I can't blame him. And Sam Darnold has to hit the throw.
It's not like they were creating separation all day long. Like they were just bombarding the Bills' secondary with open
it only
receivers.
takes a few plays. They lost by 10 points.
I know. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Sam Darnold missed about, I would say, in the first half alone, which they were down 21-0
and
before
we
you
stopped
even
watching
blink.
it.
He missed alone in the first half, probably a good 6 throws in the first half.
Which is huge.
And I shut it off after that. God only knows what he did after that.
Missing 6 throws is...
I mean, these guys, and from the ones that he was missing, these guys were open. I mean, these guys were open and opportunities to make plays. Now, yes, there were some plays where receivers dropped balls. There were some of those. But he missed, I would say, a good 6 or 7 throws. This is now year 3 of Sam Darnold. And to be honest with you, I don't know if we have a quarterback still. And to say that in year 3 is a problem. An absolute problem.
I don't know. You had such high expectations of him. I don't know where they were coming from.
College. He was very, very good. One of the top-rated quarterbacks coming out.
He wasn't great in college, honestly.
He was one of the better-rated college quarterbacks.
Especially in his primetime games, and then he blew it in the Rose Bowl.
He blew it in the Rose Bowl, but in the regular season he was great. And even in the Rose Bowl, he put up like 4 touchdowns. He just threw like 2 interceptions that cost him the game. But the talent's there. The talent is there, and it has not translated to the NFL. And it's so frustrating because now here we are in year 3, and you can already see what's coming down the pipe here. It's going to be another 4-12, 5-11 season at best.
Right.
If they play,
he came down a win.
If they play the way they played this past Sunday against Buffalo the rest of the way, they'll be lucky to win 3 games. Lucky to win 3 games. So here we are again. Now, at the end of the season, most likely, we're going to be looking at 3-13, 4-12, somewhere in that range. And we're going to have probably a top 3 pick, if not the number 1 overall pick, to not get too far ahead of ourselves. I think they need to take a quarterback.
Well, both the teams we said were worse than them won this week.
Yes, that's
right. The Jaguars and the Redskins.
Both won. Both won. Now, I got to tell you, if they get a top 3 pick in the draft and he looks as poorly as he did, and again, Gase is a dismal head coach. He never should have been hired here in the first place. Never. He's a dismal head coach. They should have went with Mike McCarthy or really anybody else. They could have thrown a dart at a coaching tree and hit somebody better than Adam Gase. But Sam Darnold now is just missing throws, and he's just not looking good. He just does not look good. And I'm telling you, at the end of this offseason, we're going to be in a similar spot.
You were hating on me for saying that Josh Allen was better than him.
Well, because Josh Allen has had so many more weapons and opportunities given to him.
Though.
Yes, really.
Not until this year he have.
He has a better defense. He's got a better offensive line. He's got a better head coach. He's got better ownership. And they just went out and gave him Stephon Diggs, one of the better wide receivers in the league.
I feel like if they went out and won this week.
Give me one player comparable that the Jets have given Sam Darnold. One player comparable to Stephon Diggs.
Robbie Anderson.
He was gifted Robbie Anderson. Robbie was here already.
Okay.
And then they lost him.
He's pretty good.
He's a deep threat. And, of course, he goes off in Carolina his first week. Goes off. Probably had like 6 catches for 114 yards, I think it was, and a touchdown. But I'm telling you, at the end of this offseason, the Jets are going to be drafting another quarterback and restarting this whole process all over again. Because there's no way, continuing from what we saw this past Sunday against Buffalo, if he plays like that the rest of the year, can't move forward with him. Can't. And if you have an opportunity to take a Trevor Lawrence or a Justin Fields, how do you pass that up? You can't. You can't. So here we're going to be in the same spot we were in 4 years ago. No quarterback, no offensive line.
I wouldn't have been mad if they did it this year. Because even Mikal Becton, I sent you that highlight that the Jets posted on their Instagram. It was a holding call.
Yeah, so the Jets
He got called for a holding call on that play.
That's correct.
And they posted it, he was throwing people around.
Yes.
He literally choked the guy.
Yes, there's literally nothing good about this franchise, including their social media team. They post on
that's a big fuck up.
I mean, they post on their Instagram. His Instagram handle is BigTicket77, I think, or whatever it is. And they post a video of him like pancaking a guy, but he's like holding him.
He had him almost in a rear naked choke.
Yes, and he was called for holding on the play. And the Jets post this and
bragging
highlight it
about him
and say, "Look how good Mekhi Becton is."
And when
this is a true story.
When he let go of him, he almost blew out. I think it was our center's knees.
Oh my God, Greg Van Roten, who was Greg Van Rotten on Sunday. Nothing was good. Nothing was good. Nothing.
Well, let's look at the.
And they've had
it's just gonna make me
months
sick,
to prepare for this game. That's what's so disconcerting. They knew that they were facing Buffalo week 1 for the last 4 months. All of training camp, they knew Buffalo week 1. trying to build off the 6-2 finish that they had to last season.
All right. How many first downs did they have? Over, under 12?
Under.
15.
No, come on. Garbage time. They were down 21-0 before you blink. 21-0 before you blink. That was before we'd even hit like midway through the second quarter.
202 passing yards.
Yeah.
Not great.
How many? 202?
Yeah.
100 of those are on one play. The Crowder touchdown, which was about 90 yards.
I could pull up that exact. Let's find it.
I'm beside myself as to how bad this team looks yet again. Yet again. And you know that we're going to be in the same exact spot this coming offseason. We could have this. We could honestly just cancel the Jets season right now and say, you know what, we'll talk about them again in the offseason when they hire a new coach, because we all know Adam Gase is getting fired. Unless you listen to Christopher Johnson, the owner of the team, who calls him an offensive genius this past Tuesday or Wednesday. Calls him an offensive genius. Adam Gase. I'd love to watch the Jets games that Christopher Johnson is watching, because clearly we're not watching the same games. I don't know what more he has to say.
69-yard touchdown, it was Crowder.
Okay. So that's
140 yards, not including that play.
It's disgusting.
Sacked 3 times.
Disgusting. And then, can we just get into something real quick?
9 penalties for 95 yards.
Can we? Yes. 9 penalties for 95 yards. Now, some people say, no preseason. You're going to get pre-snap penalties. Nonsense! There were plenty of teams that did not commit penalties this past Sunday. Plenty of them.
All right, after you hear this next stat, how the defense didn't allow 45 points after seeing this. Time of possession, the Bills, 41 minutes.
41 minutes.
41 minutes.
Out of 60.
Out of 60.
41 minutes.
The Jets had 18 minutes and 44 seconds.
And can we get into something,
possession.
Please? Can we tackle Josh Allen? How many yards did he run for in the first half?
He's the fastest kid alive. He's the fastest kid alive.
I mean, it was like watching a combination. It was almost as if Josh Allen had the speed of Usain Bolt and the body type of LeBron James. They could not take him down. He must have ran for 60 yards in the first quarter. Oh, God.
He's the fastest kid alive.
Oh, my God. Just absolutely. I mean, I don't even know what to say.
Ripping off first down runs left and right. He was carving
untouched. Some of them were untouched. He was cutting through the linebackers and the defensive line like butter, like a hot knife through butter.
That's what really did it for Rich.
Oh, my God. I literally was so excited for this NFL season, as I am every NFL season. And maybe I'm the fool for getting excited for this crap team that they've been for the last 40 years, with the exception of 1 year with Joe Namath that they got lucky and beat the Colts and only put up 10 points in that game. I must be the fool for getting excited to watch this, because I swear to God,
who was our last
and you were there
first
to witness
overall
it.
pick?
Was
it Keyshawn Johnson?
I believe so.
Pretty good.
And I'm glad you were there to witness it, because this was the quickest that I've ever given up on an NFL season ever. I had given up by like halfway through the first quarter. It was almost. I mean, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable. It was a sniper rifle's bullet to a hot air balloon. That's how quickly my enthusiasm for this season got deflated.
Luckily, we had a great setup. We had food, drinks.
Yes, that was great.
Good weather.
Beautiful weather. This Sunday's supposed to be nicer.
We set up the television in the garage.
We did. Switched over to the red zone.
We had to switch to the red zone.
Because I'd given up. Oh, hello. Hello, sweet boy. Terrible. I don't know what more I could possibly say. They're just inept in every possible way. There is I swear, I've never seen an organization where nothing that they do is right. Nothing.
Yeah, they suck.
From ownership to the head coach.
Flush the toilet. That's fine.
Oh, nice.
I wish I made this up.
He did it again. See? What happened to this? I told you the sign would get old.
That was on purpose.
No way.
It was on purpose. I'm just a total asshole.
You'd like to believe that, wouldn't you? Oh, boy.
I couldn't find my debit card today.
Yeah.
And the last time I had used it was at KFC yesterday on my lunch break.
Nice. I like KFC. You
So
get a bowl? Their bowls are good.
I got their new Nashville hot chicken.
How was it?
It was not bad.
Right.
But I couldn't find my debit card anywhere. So I started thinking, I'm like, I'm not sure if they gave it back to me yesterday. So I went on my lunch break today. I had to spend 10 minutes driving to KFC and I asked them, "Hey, any chance you have my debit card?" They did not.
They did not have it.
They did not have it.
Did you get more KFC while you were there? Or I guess you couldn't, right? Because you don't have the debit card.
Well, I have my credit card, but I did not want to get KFC again. And also, I feel like they would have spat in my food. Like, this kid's a fucking idiot. He just thought he had his debit card here, but he didn't have it.
Nashville hot chicken's a little slimy.
No, it was actually it was not like too saucy. It was good though. It was under my seat of my car.
Now, how much of an extensive search had you given before you went back to KFC? Did you actually look everywhere? Obviously not.
Yeah, a decent amount. Like
did you check the car and you just missed it?
I checked the car, but like when I went back after I went to KFC, I moved the seat and pulled everything. My car was a mess. You saw my car yesterday.
Yeah, I mean there was everything from a Miller Lite box to a whisk, and that's not an exaggeration. That's 1,000%.
100%.
Yes. Yeah. Just in case I said maybe he just could be driving down the road one day and decide to whip up some eggs or some brownies. He needed the whisk. But then you explained to me that it was actually for metal, which is not what I would have guessed that whisk was doing.
Steel wool photography.
There you go. I never would have known that.
Fun stuff.
Good stuff.
You light steel wool on fire and you spin it and make sparks.
That's actually pretty fun.
It's very fun.
Okay. I mean, why have I not been a part of this process?
Maybe Saturday or Sunday we'll do it.
Yeah, just what our garage party needs, a little steel wall photography.
I mean, pictures come out cool.
They did come out very nice. We'll post them on did we post them on social media?
I put up a little thing on social media.
We're supposed to have, so with the garage that we have now, we're having little Sunday football parties out there. Red zone only, moving forward, because, we don't need to get into that again. But amazing setup. It's absolutely amazing. We bring Billy's TV out to the garage. We set it up. He actually just invested in 100 feet?
100 feet.
100-foot Ethernet cable, so that now we get hardwired internet right to the TV in the garage. So no interruptions.
Yeah, because
no freezing.
To my bedroom window is 50 feet from the garage. Yeah. So we have to get to our studio, essentially, because we have to get to this router. So I think it's only another 50. I think we'll be good.
To the bedroom, to the garage.
To the window, to the TV.
That's right.
See, that's what the steel wool photography does.
Wow, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down to try that.
You take a long picture and it makes that
It's
sparks.
like fireworks, right?
In person, it's not nearly as cool. Like, it looks like you're just spinning sparks. But once you have it in camera, like
it comes out like that.
Yeah.
Very cool. But anyway, our garage setup, absolutely flawless. I mean, that was the one thing I'll say about Sunday that was just tip top. I mean, we have his table that he built, with the coolers built into it. We had wings, we had burgers, he had pizzas. I mean, it was with everything. So our garage setup is
and it got the best
second
of Rich
to
this
none.
week too.
Second to none. It did get the best of me. I had a rough go on Sunday night, man. It was just, you know what? I woke up on Sunday with such high hopes for that day.
I mean, I feel like you and I either got to eat a little more or mix in some water. Did you drink anything but alcohol?
No, and that includes the morning. I just
maybe
I went straight to the beer.
You and I,
and then I switched to.
We'll make it a point to mix in a water bottle.
Yeah, I think that's fair, and maybe eat more. That could definitely help too. Looking back, I mean, there's a lot of things I don't really remember about Sunday.
We definitely had a burger and then maybe a few wings.
Yeah,
and
I think
like
I
a
only
small
had
piece of pizza because we cut it up little.
Yeah, with the amount of alcohol that I was consuming was just not going to cut it. It just wasn't.
Yeah, we could do a little better of a job. I
didn't make it.
I definitely drank too much too because I ended up eating half a fucking Entenmann's cake in a blink of an eye.
That's one of the things I actually remember was you with the spoon and the Entenmann's cake, and then just half of it was gone, which was actually very, pretty impressive.
In the blink of an eye, I just downed it.
To be fair, though, I feel like those Entenmann cakes are kind of light. Like, it's not that big of a... It's not like you taking down, like, a Carvel Fudgy the Whale cake. I mean, this thing is, it's in a little tray, a little tin. You pull it out. You can go to town.
It's thin, but with, like, a lot of frosting. And it is, it's rich cake.
But before you know it, half of it's
gone.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, Mello.
Yeah, it's really bad. I was just about to say. Whew. Our intern, this is what he does?
Just crop dusted the whole studio. God damn it.
Good boy.
Good boy.
Yeah. But
he's got a leaky door, Lauren.
Certainly does.
I gave him his hip medicine, so that's probably what it is.
He's like, oh boy. But good stuff. We'll do it again this coming Sunday. Hopefully with better luck from our team. I just had a rough Sunday, man. I lost
did
my
great.
fantasy league.
I did great in fantasy.
Yeah,
I won both my leagues and DraftKings.
The day started, I was as bright-eyed and bushy-tailed as any. And then the day ended, I was on the bathroom floor with a fantasy loss and a Jets loss to boot. It was just
the Jets. The Jets loss
day.
really got to Rich. He went on a bender.
I did.
He went on a bender because of it.
It really sent me into a downward spiral. I could see how it happens to alcoholics because when you've had so many setbacks as I have with the Jets, you're brought to the bottle.
He hit the bottle.
You're brought to the bottle.
We took down an entire bottle of whiskey.
Certainly did. Buffalo Trace's finest.
I think. Let me do the mixology this week too.
Yeah, you can handle that. I'm probably gonna stay away from the mules this Sunday. I'll probably just stick with beer. I can't.
Well, I think you'd be fine if you just went whiskey or just went beer.
I think I might this week just go beer.
Yeah.
Just because I don't really want to switch.
We probably still have plenty of.
I have
Bud Light.
so much beer. That's why.
Yeah.
I gotta get rid of that.
I have some still too.
Yeah.
So
we'll bring it all out there.
It'll be a beer day.
I think it'll be a beer day for sure. And beer,
and water.
All day. Yeah, beer I could drink all day with no issue though. It's when you it's when you drink 4 beers and then have 3 or 4 mules after that, all with heavy pours, mind you.
Yeah, because
no lime. I don't even remember if I put lime juice in it. I don't know. I'm completely drawing a blank.
I don't know. I
put
kept
in
having to
those goddamn
remix
drinks.
every drink you poured.
Yeah, I have no idea. No idea what I put in them, to be honest with you. All I know is that when the Jet game started, there was a full bottle, and by the time the Cowboys and Rams came on, it was gone, and so was I. So.
Yeah.
It's
a war in nutrition.
I live to fight another day. That's it. I live to fight another day. I'll be out there this Sunday, like Mike Tomlin says. I'll own it. We'll learn from it. We'll get better. That's it.
I mean, that's both. Well, not both of the garage parties. We've had several now.
Yeah.
But
one has conquered you, and one
it
conquered
has sent
me.
us both into a free fall.
The garage is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse because when you're out there,
it's also
you're
I feel like
good.
My table's partly to blame.
Because
you don't stand up at all to get a drink.
Nah.
You just reach.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. To be honest with you, I didn't realize I was getting to the level that I was at until I stood up for the first time in a while.
Yeah, we don't stand
up.
up.
Fair point. Yeah, there was no need to. We got everything right at our fingertips.
Everything
is literally right at our fingertips. Remotes,
beer and ice.
TV,
yeah, right there.
Beer, ice, mules, whiskey, you name it. Food, grill, right there. You
don't
need to get up for anything.
And this week we'll have hardwired internet.
Yeah.
We should definitely drink some
All
water.
we need now is a porta potty.
Oh, that'd be clutch.
Johnny on the spot.
Where'd we put it?
I don't know. Maybe just dig a hole in the.
I mean, my
garage.
apartment's so close. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it seems a little ridiculous. You gotta get some steps in.
You actually got wind under your sails and took an outdoor pee.
When?
When you were wasted.
No shit.
Yeah. You're like, I'm going to go take a leak. And you left and took a leak. I hope you didn't pee on my bedroom window.
No. Oh, it's coming back to me now. No, I did it at the back of the garage. Not ours.
Someone else's.
Yeah. Hopefully the people who own 103 or whatever the fuck.
You couldn't go further?
I went all the way around.
Actually, I think 103 is
it's
the other side. But I hope you went to 130.
I'm just saying 103. It could honestly be it definitely wasn't close to us though. I was pretty far.
Right.
Yeah. I was closer to the street, which actually makes no sense. I really should have just gone further inward.
Closer to the street.
Yeah, I was.
I don't know where you went. But
right next the garage, right next to the sidewalk.
Yeah, that's very close.
It's like 4 garages down.
Yeah.
But on the other side.
It's fine.
It's not like I just walked down and peed on the garage door. I was on the back. Wind under the sails, though.
Yep.
Feels nice.
It's great.
Never been more in touch with nature. Too bad I don't remember it. I'll have to do it again on Sunday. I feel like we're just, eventually that garage is going to lead to a public indecency ticket because
it's not the worst ticket you can get.
It can't be great. What do you think? A small fine?
It's a separate ticket for peeing in public,
offender.
Right?
No, I think indecent exposure might be like sex in public.
And just streaking, That's indecent exposure.
Yeah,
But I think peeing in public is like its own offense.
I mean, at that point, you might even get away with it if you're just peeing, on like the side of a wall or something.
Yeah, maybe you'll get like vandalism or something too for peeing on the building.
You don't want to have that on your record, though, do you?
It's a misdemeanor. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just a pain in the ass. It's like a gnat that you just can't swat away. It follows you everywhere for the rest of your life. You're applying for a job, and it's like peed on building in 2020.
Had to go. It's easily explainable.
Yeah, I guess. What do you think is the worst kind of ticket you can get?
Worst kind of ticket?
No felonies, obviously, but like worst kind of ticket. I feel like that's got to be up there. I mean, everybody can get a speeding ticket. Nobody cares a fuck about that, but
it's definitely nothing like actually driving.
No, because people get tickets for driving all the time. This has to be embarrassing. Like if you're going on a job interview and your boss has your personal record right in front of him,
And you see every
what's the
ticket.
one thing you don't want him to read? I think
feel like
peeing in public.
I don't know what
or
the actual
indecent exposure, honestly, might be worse.
Indecent exposure, probably.
Now, do you think he asks you about
Or
it?
drunk in public.
Nah, happens to the best of us. But like indecent exposure,
Drunk
most
and disorderly.
likely he's
Is disorderly conduct.
drunk and disorderly. But that could mean so many different things. Drunk and disorderly can have a lot
Tells
of
a
meanings.
story. You see that on a job interview.
It does tell a story, but you don't
This
get the full
guy's been
scope.
through some shit.
Yeah, I know. But is there something like with indecent exposure? Do you think he asks you and he's like, "Can you explain this to me?" And
Yeah,
then
I think you have
Then
to.
you literally have.
If you're
to
bringing someone into your workplace, you have to be like,
Then you
is this
gotta
guy just going to whip his
sit.
cock out?
Yeah. Then you have to sit in his office holding your resume and say, "Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. 6 months ago, I ran down the block naked. I was bet. They said I wouldn't do it. I whipped it out and I ran down the block naked.
Bell Boulevard, February.
It was cold. Cops saw me, gave me the ticket. Here I am talking to you. Can I get the job? I could start on Monday. And I promise you I'll be wearing pants when I show up." I feel like you just got to own it. You got to own it. Like Tomlin. We own it.
We own it. We learn
We're
from
going
it.
to learn from it, and we're going to
get
get better. So, all in all, if I had to, we can do this throughout the season. We can rate our Sundays, So, all in all, I would give this week 1 a 6 for me.
Oof.
A 6. And
You had
that's
that bad of a day?
I
was
lost
great.
in fantasy. The Jets got creamed. I spent the end of the night on the bathroom floor. Didn't see any of the Cowboy-Ram game, or at least I did, but I didn't know what the hell I was watching. I could have been watching Barney the Dinosaur for all the hell I knew. And then, what else was there? There was something else, too. Oh, I lost in DraftKings. All 6 points
I was going
come
to put it
from,
around an 8-5.
Yeah, you had a great day. You won in fantasy.
I
You
won-
don't give a fuck about the
I won
Jets.
both leagues. I won $72 in DraftKings. I didn't throw up.
So
I woke up for work on time.
the fact that I'm only 2 points behind you is actually pretty impressive. I had a really good day considering if you're putting it up against
if the
those
games were
standards.
better and the Jets didn't suck, I would have had a better day.
Yeah, I mean, all my 6 points come from how good your cooking was, how good the setup was, the garage, the company. Everything was great. Everything was great, aside from the fact that, my team is in the depths of hell for the last 20 years,
Yeah.
and my quarterback is regressing,
Just
and my
too
fantasy
much
team is
of
0-1.
an expectation from them.
I do the same thing every year, and I don't know why. It's like a disease.
I mean, I tried to warn you.
It's like a disease. They could have, Jets Fans Anonymous, and I would probably go and have to sit there and explain my issues.
What would be the first thing you brought up?
My first problem that I can see would be I am way too optimistic about this team every year. I go in with high hopes every single year. And if we're going to do that, I can also go to, Mets Anonymous, too, because I do the same shit with them.
I feel like
This
the
is
Mets
what it
don't
is.
break you hard as much.
Oh, they can let you down plenty.
But for you, I've never seen you get that upset about the Mets.
Well, I'll tell you why that is. That's because there's 162 games, and, usually around 80 or sometimes even less, depending on how bad they are.
So it's like
You get a good feel for how
They
bad
stick
they
the knife in and they slowly twist it,
It's
and then the Jets just.
You would think that that way would be less painful, but it's not. The Jets somehow, I don't know how this is possible, but they somehow raise it to an art form. they almost like they do things that make you think maybe this is the turning of the corner. Maybe this quarterback is going to work out. Maybe this is going to be the right coach. And then it all just comes crashing down at once. Kind of like what we saw on Sunday.
I mean, I had no expectations for them to win.
I know. That's why I have a problem.
You expected them to maybe win or show out?
I thought that there was a possibility that they could legitimately win that game. And I don't know why.
That must really hurt.
And I did not. And if you ask me to explain why, I cannot.
I will hold your hand this season through the journey to enlightenment on the Jets.
I mean, it usually takes like a week or two, and then it kicks in how bad they are. And now I'm fine. So like on Sunday when they get destroyed by San Francisco, I'll be like, yeah, all right, this is fine. I expect this to happen. But like, it's always at the beginning of the season where
you just have to expect they're going to lose, and then if they win.
But I'll tell you what, although now in my head I've already kind of like processed it as they're really bad, and they're lucky to win like 3 or 4 games this year. Although I'm at that, there's you like that?
It's very pointy.
Yeah, I don't know if I care for it. It's the one part of the show I don't really care for.
It's weird.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Green Goblin. I don't like it. If they were to somehow win on Sunday against San Francisco, stop fingering my shoe. I don't like this. I feel like they look like elf shoes. Don't they? Like like what you would see on an elf, right?
It's like a goblin.
Yes, it's a goblin. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, right? See, when you look on the Nike website, they don't show you this because they know that this will.
No, it's only weird when you're holding your foot like this.
How about now?
Yeah, it doesn't look weird when it's on the ground.
No, I know. It's only when the legs are crossed, which unfortunately for me is like 60% of the time.
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about? Like, what is the point of that? Is that just design? Is that strictly design?
It's aerodynamic, so when you fight.
That can't be right. I didn't buy fighting shoes.
You could take the danger.
What do I need to be more aerodynamic
It's from
for?
Pineapple Express.
When I sit at the garage, I barely move. You said it yourself. What do I got to be aerodynamic for? What?
I don't know.
So I can move faster to get
Some
my
crazy
next mule?
guy comes off bell and starts.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I'll be the first one to go. Too late now. I mean,
Well,
I already got
it's fight or flight, so either you're going to be aerodynamic for the fighting or aerodynamic for the flighting.
It depends on when he comes down bell. If he comes down after I've had a few mules, I'm afraid I'm out of luck.
I think either way, you're flighting.
I mean, the way that I was on Sunday night, I couldn't defend myself against the chicken.
Yeah, I would have just picked up the ice trough, dumped it on him, and ran.
And I'd still be there now. Oh, God. The humanity. The pain of being a Jets fan.
Big Saturday this week also, as well as Sunday. Because not only are we having a garage party on Sunday, but we're going bar crawling
That's what I've been told.
Saturday.
Yep, that's what I've been told. So apparently, right by where we live here on Bell Boulevard, they're
Halfway
doing
to St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, a halfway to St. Patrick's Day party.
Which passed already.
Well, now we're 6 months away.
I know, but the halfway point was really last weekend.
I know, but you can't celebrate that on a Wednesday.
It was a Sunday.
They don't want to do that on the first Sunday of football, though.
I mean, Saturday would have been closer.
Nah. You're missing the point. This is just.
I really am.
They just create this as an excuse to drink. That's all.
That's
it is.
all St. Patrick's Day is.
Of course.
I don't even know who the fuck St. Patrick is.
He was actually Italian. If you want a little fun fact, I think he was actually an Italian.
What a
saint.
stupid holiday.
What, St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah.
One of the funnest, though. It's always a good time.
You think so?
Yeah.
I've never went to any sort of St. Patrick's Day anything.
Well, that's why you're missing out.
Yeah.
It's a good time. It's a good time. You got to find the right one, though. It's almost like a New Year's Eve party. I hate New
Actually,
Year's Eve
I'm
parties.
wrong. It's the 17th of St. Patrick's Day, so it is pretty close to it.
It's March 17th.
Why was I thinking it was the 13th?
Well,
because the parade usually falls on the 13th. It's the day before my birthday.
Well, there's usually multiple parades, but I know the main one that takes place in
New York City
happens on March 17th. It's usually on the day of. I mean, you do the math to figure out if this is exactly 6 months to St. Patrick's Day.
No,
Is
like
that what you're trying to
today.
do?
Today is.
Today?
Yeah, today's the 17th of September.
No, but there are certain months that have more days, so you got to weigh that out. How many days is it?
Oh, like
What's half of 365? According to them, on Saturday it should be 100. Half of 365 is what? We're terrible at math. Now all you're doing is exposing how awful we are at math. 365 divided by 2 is 182. So that means that on Saturday it should be 182 days.
and a half.
Yes.
So.
It should be so at noon. It'll be 182 days, or officially halfway to St. Patrick's Day on Saturday, according to them. That's by their standards.
See, like, what are the odds that's even on a Saturday?
1 in 7.
No, that's not the odds.
What do you mean? It could have landed on that day of the week.
The odds that the 180, it's not 1 in 7.
What else could it be? There's 7 days in a week.
Yeah, but the odds that that exact day
Would
falls
fall on
on
a
a Saturday can't be 1 in 7.
Yeah, I guess if you're going to take those odds and then add it to the odds of the 1 in 7, 1 in 50?
I don't know. I was asking you.
It's impossible. We'll never know the answer. Either way, it's a halfway to St. Patrick's Day party, and there's a bar crawl on Saturday. So I'm going to, I got to tame myself a little bit Sunday.
Drink some water.
Drink a little water, mix in, get some food. It definitely helps. But, Sunday I'll be out there. I'll be back on that horse. You bet your ass I'll be out there again. And ready
By
to roll.
back on the horse, we mean sitting on our asses and watching football.
Exactly. By back on the horse, I mean absolutely no horse and no riding whatsoever. And really no walking is involved.
Yeah, no leaving.
When it comes to
no
our garage.
doing anything other than eating, drinking, and watching football.
That's correct. Which is exactly what Sunday should be in the fall and the winter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see how long we could stay out there. We've had this discussion internally. I think we could probably stay out
week
there
17.
until... No way. No.
Week 17.
Is that your plan? Your plan is to be out there for all 17 weeks of the NFL season? I mean, I'm with you. If you want to do it, I'm with you.
Global warming.
The people saw the post on Instagram of how we stayed out there in the rain until, the torrential downpour. So if you want to have the same situation with the cold...
Global warming is real.
Yeah, we'll see when we're sitting out there week 9 and it's 20 degrees outside. We'll see, just how much the world is heating. But it'll be interesting.
We got some time out there. Yeah, you bundle up.
You're going to have to. We should get like a space heater.
And then I feel like it's not that long until opening day for baseball. We could do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean the only problem is we don't know when that's going to be.
Granted, it's on time, but it'll be
if it's on time.
It'll be in warmer weather, 100%.
April.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's on time, it'll be late March, early April, and it'll be a little chilly, but doable.
Roll out the TV.
Roll out the TV, break out the barbecue, and
the 100-foot Ethernet cable.
That's right. And then we can
this year's live stream from the garage.
That's right. And then we can watch a different New York team disappoint us.
Yeah.
We got a bundle of them. There's a bunch of them.
Take your pick.
Take your pick. Throw a dart. Knicks. Wait, you're gonna sit out there for a Knick game. We'll be
you're
back in the
not gonna
house.
catch me doing that.
We'll be back in the house before the grill gets hot. That's how bad they are.
You're not gonna catch me setting anything up for the Knicks.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen. Although I think the NBA might overlap a little bit with football, perhaps.
More than usual. Well, less than usual.
Actually, not the Knicks, but the NBA Finals. If you wanted to sit out there.
You're saying this year? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, that you would watch outside.
Those few weeks of October.
I mean, those games aren't going to start until like 8 o'clock at night, which probably decreases the temperature another 10 degrees. But
yeah,
we can stay out there for a little bit. We'll be all right.
We'll be fine.
We'll be all right. We'll be okay.
But also Saturday, instead of just a bar crawl, we got Tyron Woodley and Kobe Covington.
We do, which is turning into like a race war. Did you see what Tyron Woodley posted today?
No.
Colby Covington, noted Trump guy. Big Trump guy. Went to the White House, met with him a couple times.
Probably a racist also.
Huge Trump guy, to steal Trump's terms. Huge Trump guy.
Huge.
Tyron
Tremendous.
Woodley, not a Trump guy. Big Black Lives Matter advocate, wears a shirt, Black Lives Matter. Had his press conference today.
It's crazy that this card is not a pay-per-view.
Definitely could
say
be.
what you were going to say, but
Definitely.
That
could
was
be.
just my thought.
No, there's like a little like Tyron Woodley has his storyline because he's lost. What is it? 3 in a row now? 2 in a row?
2.
2 in a row. Did not look good in his last one. Really looked awful against Gilbert Burns. Colby Covington coming off a little bit of limbo where he thought he was going to potentially fight Kamaru Usman for the title before they gave it to Jorge Masvidal. But really fighting well for the most part, Colby Covington.
Well, he did fight Kamaru Usman.
Not the fight that just took place against Masvidal. Covington was one of the options to fight for.
He wasn't going to go to Abu Dhabi.
He was one of the names.
He was not going to go.
You don't think so?
No.
Never.
0 shot.
Never a consideration.
He would never fucking do that.
He said he would.
No. He's a fucking liar. He just likes to talk shit on Twitter.
Okay. Well,
he wasn't going to fly to Abu Dhabi, cut weight, and fight Usman on 6 days' notice.
Like Masvidal?
When he had already, a few months before,
lost to him?
Yeah, got his jaw broken by him. There's no shot.
Cowboy's on this card, too. Cowboy not coming off a very... He's had like 4 or 5 bad performances in a row now, Cowboy.
I don't know if it's that. The number's that
I think
high.
he's lost 4 in a row. I think that's his number. That's why he's on this card. He's not even the main event on a
Connor
fight
was
night.
his 4th loss, but I wouldn't call 5 bad performances.
I mean, he got destroyed by Connor after, what, like 40 seconds?
Yeah, it's Connor.
Who apparently might make a comeback.
He lost the decision to Pettis.
Okay. Either way, it's a lot of big names on this card for a fight night. Right before a pay-per-view, so you get like 2 back-to-back really, really good fight cards. Back-to-back Saturdays.
Knocked out by Gagey, also one of the top contenders, and got knocked out by Tony Ferguson.
So he's been knocked out 3 of his last 4 fights.
No shame in any of those losses.
No shame.
Oh, and he's fought Anthony Pettis since Connor.
But he's on a losing streak. So it's a good card. Cowboy trying to come back and I guess throw his hat back in the ring for a potential title shot down the line, but
hasn't won since May 14th of 2019.
Yeah. So a big opportunity for Cowboy to get back into the win column. Back-to-back Saturdays though, excellent fight cards. You got your Paulo Costa and Adesanya, Dominic Cruz fighting for the vacant light heavyweight belt. Good stuff.
Dominic Reyes.
Right.
Dominic Cruz is probably retired.
Dominic Reyes.
Johnny Walker's on this card too.
It's a good card. I was
and
looking at it
the Phenom, Khamzat Chimaev.
Chimaev, yes.
He's actually booked ahead of. Cowboy's the co-main.
Mm-hmm.
But Khamzat Chimaev, he's double booked.
I also didn't realize that the Adesanya Paulo Costa fight was back in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm. It's mostly international guys besides Reyes, really.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. That's good stuff, though. They're going to utilize it again. And then I think after that, you got Holly Holm coming back.
And Gagey and Khabib.
Yep.
Which they just signed Michael Chandler today from Bellator.
He's the backup for that fight.
He's going to be the backup for that fight.
Yeah.
Which
there was some fighter who wasn't too happy about that he got signed by UFC and he's the backup for a championship fight when apparently this guy beat him when he was in Bellator. I forget who it was. I forget the guy's name. He beat Chandler in Bellator, and he wasn't happy the fact that he's automatically getting a championship shot if things go wrong between.
And this person's on the UFC roster?
No,
oh.
He's in Bellator.
So why you mad, bro?
I think he was just making a comment that he didn't.
You got to be a free agent to even get signed by UFC.
Yeah, you can find it. It's a simple Google search, but. Yeah.
I mean, Chandler doesn't have many losses. Probably only has 4.
Has he been in UFC before or no?
No.
First time.
He probably only has 3-4 losses, Michael Chandler.
So he's really good.
Very good.
One of the better Bellator fighters?
He was a champion for a while at lightweight. He's been one of the best 155-pounders for a while.
Now, if he's already getting
21-5.
21-5, that's pretty good.
His last loss was May 2019 to Patricio Freire. Before that, Will Brooks, Eddie Alvarez. I mean, he's only lost 5 fights his whole career.
Yeah, he's good.
He's very good.
He's good.
Actually has one of the most impressive knockouts I've ever seen. One of my favorite knockouts. I'll pull it up. But he's been one of the best for a long time.
Good stuff. Yeah, so we got a good card on Saturday, and then a couple good cards coming
I'd
up.
throw him right into the mix with, like, you know, fighting Poirier, Ferguson. I want to see him up against those guys.
Yeah. No, it's really good. I think like the next 3 or 4 cards are all like top notch. Going back to Abu Dhabi for the starting with the Adesanya Costa card, and then from there on. Oh, here we go.
Real nice, fast right hook comes out of nowhere. If you blink, you're gonna miss it. So, I'm glad that like some of these crossovers are finally happening.
Jesus. Good God.
One of the very best.
Boy, that oh
But
man.
not seen by the layman fan because no one watches Bellator.
No, nobody does watch Bellator.
But the speed of those hands,
Why is that? Why does nobody watch Bellator?
I don't know.
I think UFC just owns that, right? It's like why does nobody watch the XFL?
Yeah, it's the NFL is what the UFC is. It's brands, you know.
Yeah.
You don't go into a restaurant and ask for Pepsi, right? I've never done that. You don't drink soda, but
yelling back and forth with the guy, with the other guy's team?
that was when he won the belt,
Oh, man.
4 years ago. That's in slow mo. So
That was to win the belt?
that was to win the championship.
See him here. He's going
I
back
don't.
and
I don't.
forth with
I don't
somebody.
remember the storyline. I also don't. Me personally, a big MMA fan, don't follow Bellator enough to
Yeah.
follow every little
See,
beef.
he's yelling at somebody who looks exactly like the fighter. I wonder if it's his brother. Kind of like that little edge.
Oh,
you know?
he actually did lose to his brother.
Is that the brother? You'll see him in a second. Looks just like looks like the guy you just knocked out.
Patricky Freire is the guy you just knocked out, and then he ended up fighting Patricio Freire 3 or 4 years later and getting knocked out by him.
Interesting. That's wild. Wild stuff. Good stuff. I'm excited. We got a lot of good stuff on the horizon, Billy. We got a couple good garage parties coming up. We got a little halfway to St. Patrick's party. A lot of good UFC cards.
We're right there into the NBA Finals, too.
We're right there in the NBA
Got
Finals.
the Heat playing tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
We got the Ohio Bowl.
We got college football coming back. The Big
I'm
Ten
probably not
announcing
gonna watch
yesterday. Not at all, really. You're a big college football guy, though.
Yeah, it's not every conference, though.
Yes, it is.
Every conference.
Everyone's coming back, except for the Pac-12. And they're probably going to come back also. October 23rd.
For
Great day.
how many games? 9, 8?
The SEC is playing like
I feel like
11.
I don't know. It's tainted.
Yeah,
College football is
it's
tainted this year.
Tainted, but the NFL isn't. It's the same situation.
NFL practiced.
Yeah, they're practicing. They still have a month before it starts.
Yeah, but they weren't practicing all summer. They weren't practicing as a team all summer from like
Listen, I mean,
April, March.
There's
like
going to
they
be
would've
at least there's stuff to watch. You know, I mean, Georgia, and it's almost actually in a way it's kind of bittersweet because they had to like rework the schedule. This is Georgia's schedule. They had to like rework so that you're not allowed to play anybody out of conference. So you like the SEC can't play anybody from the Big
tainted.
Ten, and the Big Ten can't play anybody from the Pac-12.
Tainted.
So you can only play people in your conference,
Tainted.
which has led to this schedule for Georgia. This is the first 5 weeks.
So you're gonna go 12-0.
Georgia, no, not with this schedule. Georgia, Arkansas. Second week, Georgia, Auburn. Georgia, Tennessee. Georgia, Alabama. Georgia, Kentucky, and Georgia, Florida. They play 5 straight weeks of top 20 ranked opponents. Auburn ranked 8th. Tennessee ranked 15th. Alabama ranked 2nd. Kentucky ranked 23rd. And Florida ranked 5th. That stretch
Tainted.
is just excellent game after excellent game. And that's before even the Big Ten has released their schedule. You're going to get Ohio State, Michigan twice. You're going to get Ohio State, Penn State. You're going to get Ohio State, Nebraska. You're going to get good games.
Tainted.
And the Pac-12 can come back. You can get USC, UCLA, Arizona State. You can watch our boy Herm Edwards. There's going to be a lot of good games. A lot of good games. ACC, you can watch the Clemson. Trevor Lawrence, the future quarterback for the Jets.
Tainted.
Tainted.
How do you do that? That's fucking retarded.
What do you mean?
How do you only play your conference?
I mean, you really only play out of conference, 2 games a season anyway? It's always right at the beginning of the year. You only play like 2 to 3 games out of conference, and then the rest of the way is
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
It's not only 2 games out of your conference.
It's like 2 to 3 games a year that you play out of conference.
No, it's more than that.
No. I could pull up Georgia's schedule from last year. They only played like 2 or 3 games out of conference. Just the way it is. Because you got to figure out the standings in your own conference to find out who's going to play in the SEC championship, the Big Ten championship, Pac-12, and on and on and on. And then once the college football playoff comes along, then they'll play each other. So like if Georgia and Clemson get into the college football playoff, then they'll face each other.
Which they were supposed to expand even further this year, right?
Yeah, I'm waiting. I mean, I don't understand why they haven't done it yet, because I think it's just great for college football to have like 8 teams in there.
Yeah. I think it was supposed to go to 6 this year, but I don't know if that's still.
I don't know if it was supposed to go to 6 this year. Soon. They're having discussions on expanding it as much as possible. But I just think the more you can incorporate different teams into the mix, like if you're gonna have I would love to see like Alabama, who's probably gonna be ranked number 1, play like an 8th ranked Penn State, and you never know. Like anything can happen. I mean, granted, Alabama could win by 50, but who cares? Then the next week they got to play the 4th ranked team until. And on and on and on. Just give it more of like a playoff system like the NFL has. I just think.
Even just the 4-team playoff has, I think, validated the championship that much more too.
Yes, because I mean there are so many good teams that missed the cut.
Yeah. I
mean, you look at the past year, the couple of years, some of the excellent teams, they've had excellent years, sometimes undefeated, as we saw in the case with Central Florida, undefeated season, and they don't even come close. I mean, it's all about who you play against. Yes, that's how the committee decides it, but. I just feel like it would be cool if they expanded it and we got to see a little bit more college football diversity. Get to see them play. Give a team like UCF or a team like Penn State or Nebraska or like whoever, Wisconsin, a shot to get in. Give them a shot. Let USC get a shot. Let them play Alabama. I'd rather see those matchups. So we'll see where that goes. But I'm excited it's coming back. College basketball's coming back. They started a date for that, November 25th. That comes back the week of Thanksgiving, which is nice. Expected to proceed pretty much as normal. I think they eliminated a few games, but expected to proceed as normal. So good stuff.
I forgot I wanted to do a little DraftKings action for tonight and tomorrow for the NBA games.
I did DraftKings today for the U.S. Open. Not great. Not a great start. Pick 6 golfers. 3 of them are like +4 or worse. So, not a great start. And I'm probably going to do DraftKings for the UFC on Saturday.
We got playoff LeBron.
Which is actually a lot of fun.
But, big weekend.
Big weekend ahead of us. A lot of good stuff on the horizon. We'll keep you posted on everything that we... maybe we'll do a vlog out by the garage for this weekend's festivities. Show our setup,
if Drunk Billy and Drunk Rich don't show up.
You never know. It's hard to keep those guys under wraps. See, this week could be completely different. Last Sunday I was drinking my sorrows away. Who knows? Maybe this week the Jets pull off the victory and I'm
why are you doing this to yourself?
Celebrating with champagne. What do you think?
Why are you doing this to yourself?
That's what I'm talking about.
It's your Super Bowl pick.
I have a problem.
They're playing your Super Bowl pick.
I have a problem. My name is Rich. I have a problem. I'm a Jets fan. Way too optimistic. I always think that they have a shot when they never do. It's really unbelievable. Every week, my heart just shatters into a million pieces. And then midway through the week, I scoop up the pieces. I tape it back together. I get it to a state where it's okay.
What made you just
stable.
say this just now? What brought that thought into your mind?
History. History has shown me that they'll make me believe just so that they can hurt me even harder down the line. They'll make me think they have a shot, and then next week, after they
winning
beat the
this
49ers,
game will make you think they're going to go 8-8.
I mean, if you beat the 49ers, a team that was in the Super Bowl last year, realistically, you're not as bad of a team as you think you are.
It's week 2.
What does that mean?
The 49ers can lose the rest of the season.
You think they're going 0-16?
No, but
The
like,
team that
what
was
does
in the-
this even mean if the Jets happen to win a fluke game against them?
If you could win a fluke game against the 49ers, you could win fluke games against pretty much anybody, can't you?
Yeah, it doesn't mean you're going to go 8-8. You're not going to win a fluke game 50% of the time. That's what you have to do to go 8-8. I don't know if you get the
Listen,
math.
we don't even
there.
know.
You have to win
This is
50% of your games.
completely ridiculous.
So in
They're
order
gonna-
to do that, you have to know how to
If they
win games.
lose by less than 30, I will be very surprised because you've got the 49ers
Okay, so
coming off a
see
loss.
now you're dialing it in.
I know. They're going to lose.
You're still
and
in
it's
step
not,
one of your
I know. The 12 steps.
JA,
Or JE in this case, TS. The
Jets Anonymous.
Jets Anonymous. They are going to lose by, I would say, no less than 21 points. No less than 21 points because you got the 49ers coming off a loss. They're not happy. They don't want to go 0-2, and they're certainly not going to lose to this Jets team. And from what you saw last Sunday, the Jets would have to do a complete 180 and turn
And I
everything
got
around.
George Kittle, and I'm going to be rooting hard for him.
And I have the 49ers defense. So worst case scenario, I'm sitting good. With my luck, the Jets will score 40 and lose 41-40. And the 49ers defense will get no points, and the Jets will lose. That's kind of the way things go for me.
See, that's sticking the knife in.
But I would not put it past the Jets to win this game, make me believe, make me have a little glimmer of hope, and then they come out in week 3 and lose by 40. And Sam Darnold throws 4 interceptions. Because that's what they like to do. They like to hurt you as hard as they possibly can. They don't want just this team stinks, rip the Band-Aid right off. They want you to believe. They want you to be invested. They want your heart to be in it. So that when it shatters, it really shatters. You understand? You're Jets. You must have gone through some of this before.
I have scar tissue.
Like when the Jets beat the Patriots in the AFC divisional round.
It's scar tissue.
They never should have won that game. The Patriots were better than the Steelers, and then they lost to the Steelers with an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl.
That team was actually built to win football games. They had a great run game, and they had a good defense.
They were.
That's one of the best defenses I've ever seen.
I'm not
from the
trying to
Jets.
compare that team to this one. I'm simply saying that the organization as a whole will hurt you as hard as they possibly can. And sometimes the only way to do that is to have you a little bit invested. Make you believe a little so that they crush your dreams. Anybody could just say the season's over right now.
Not going to get me. Not going to get me.
Stronger man than I am. Stronger man than I am. I gotta do my 12 steps. Step 1.
Speaking of strong men, did you make your verdict picks? Because
I did
I'm
not.
about to do that right now.
I did
What are we thinking? Tyron, bounce back?
No.
Kobe?
1,000%. I'm picking Colby.
All right, so I'm going to pick Tyron.
1,000% picking Colby.
I mean, it's a nightmare matchup for Tyron Woodley.
He also does not look good. I don't even know if he wants to fight anymore, based off his last fight. I thought he literally looked like he didn't even want to be in the octagon.
That's his last 2 fights. He's just been mentally checked out, but he's been hard in the
How do you
gym
mentally check out of a fight? You're locked
when you've
in-
been doing it so long, it's very easily
You're
to
locked
mentally
in an
check out.
octagon with somebody who wants to kill you. How do you lock out? How do you mentally check out? The other man is literally standing across from you. You're locked in a cage, and he wants to
He's,
destroy you.
You know, he's done it so
And you
many
just like it?
times.
What's he thinking about in there?
He's wealthy. You know,
Yeah, but wealthy or not, you don't want to get the shit kicked out of you.
it's a little harder to have that fire in you when you're waking up in satin sheets.
I like that.
You know, you're not gonna wake up.
That's a good metaphor for life.
That's an old boxing
Is that what
metaphor,
that is?
yeah. But you're not gonna get up at 5 a.m. and run like Rocky when you got this, you know,
The satin
beautiful
sheets
mansion,
and, the pool.
hot wife next to you, and
Yeah.
800 thread count.
Yeah, you're not going to want to get up and drink the raw eggs when you can have your personal chef whip you up an eggs frittata.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
that's what these little mountains these fighters got to climb every time they get in there.
But still, I would think it would be difficult to mentally check
You know,
out when
Kobe
there's somebody who wants
coming
to
into this,
hurt
like
you.
obviously Kobe has so much more to prove. He was an interim champion, but to take down a former actual champion.
Like if I was out in the street and my head was in the clouds and I was thinking about what I wanted to eat for dinner tonight, and a guy came up to me with a knife, all my focus is going there. I'm not going to think about the spaghetti that I want to eat. My focus is on the guy who wants to hurt me. So how do you get locked in a cage with somebody and you're thinking about everything else?
See, the fact that you brought that up is perfect because in order to win at this level, you can't be in the street thinking about spaghetti. You have to be thinking about this fight 24/7 for 6 weeks.
Which
For your whole
evidently-
6-week camp,
Right. which evidently in his last 2 fights he was
When
not.
he's putting out mixtapes and rapping.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He's going on.
Much like Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, he got one foot out the door.
Yeah, he's mentally checked out.
And he's also older.
I would just think it would be difficult to mentally check out when there's literally another person who is giving me their full attention on hurting me.
He's also, he's getting older.
I guess.
And Colby Covington, a lot like his previous fight, Gilbert Burns, is someone who puts a lot of pressure on you. So, stylistically, it's really a terrible matchup for Woodley. So I'm going to pick him on verdict because...
So it's a terrible matchup for him, but you're picking him.
I want that XP.
Just in case he pulls it off.
I'm going to put 200 on it.
Catches Colby with a right.
For a potential 1900. That'll make me a blue belt, too.
Nice. Moving up the ladder.
Yep. I'm going to try and score some rounds because I haven't done that in a while.
I haven't done that in a while either.
And I think I'm picking Cowboy, too. He's actually a favorite.
I am definitely not picking either of your 2 fighters. So those are the first 2 that we differ on.
You want to root against Cowboy?
No, I love Cowboy.
All right. I can't root against him.
Yeah, but I don't think he's good anymore. When you've gotten knocked out in 3 of your last 4
that's
fights.
when he wins. That's when he wins.
Has he ever been knocked out in 3 of his previous 4 fights before? I feel like this is the lowest he's been in a long time.
He lost the decision to Pettis last.
Okay. So he went the distance with Pettis.
I'm going to take Khamzat Chimaev by round 1 TKO.
The Phenom. That guy is motivated, though. The guy I might be inclined to take his opponent. He is pissed off about Chimaev having double
that's
booked.
a huge chip on your shoulder right out of the gate.
Yeah. So that might be a little that could be a swing.
Most common pick on verdict, though, is a TKO second round.
By his opponent?
Yeah, Mushiar.
See?
Fight Island.
Me and you, I think our first 3 picks are all different. So this is going to be a good night.
Well, I'm going backwards currently. Like, I'm going to take Mackenzie Dern.
Okay, I have to look into those before I make my picks on those ones. But I know our first 3 fights, by what you were just saying to me just now, we're going to have different picks. So I think it'll be fun to watch those.
So you're going to go against Khamzat, against Donald.
Yes. And against Woodley.
Yeah. Like, how do you sleep at night? Nah.
Very soundly.
And anything can happen in any of those fights.
You sleep at night. Oh, man. Well, should be good card. Looking forward to it. Have a few.
Where are we going to watch this?
I don't know. Pick a place. My place or yours.
Hopefully the bar crawl doesn't leave us too disheveled and we can actually focus on it.
I'll focus on the fights. I'll be all right.
All right.
I plan to just go strictly beer this weekend. I can't. No whiskey for me this weekend.
See, sometimes that has the opposite effect for me, and I get like super bloated, and then I just don't want to drink anymore.
Beer is super bloated.
Yeah.
That's why I've been going to the mules, and it's definitely better. It's just
see, the mule still has a lot of sugar because of the ginger beer.
Yeah, but it's not as bloating as
like,
the beer.
I feel like if we just went straight Buffalo Trace, you may have been better off than.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. You think that if I had eliminated the ginger beer, the only thing diluting it, I would have been better off?
I think so, because it's a lot of extra sugar and like whatever else is in ginger beer and ginger and.
Yeah, the more you're talking
about. I got that
about,
picture from Casey.
I was just on the floor, like head in my hands, next to the toilet, making best friends with the toilet bowl. Yep.
We've all been there.
Yeah, this is the first time I've thrown up in this apartment, so that was nice. I got to christen it, which is cool. You know.
Yeah.
First time, hopefully the last, but who knows? What's your average throw up? I'm on like a once every 4 year streak. Knock on wood.
Really?
Yeah.
Every 4 years? I feel like you throw up a few times a year when you get sick.
No, I pass out when I get sick.
Yeah, I thought you threw up when you had the flu recently too.
No, that was actually the one thing that I didn't do was throw up.
Mm.
Yeah, I was able to maintain that. I never. This was like a first. I can't remember the last time I threw up from drinking. Probably like 2 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago. Not true. Threw up in Nashville, which is a little over a year ago.
I'd say I throw up 3 to 4 times a year.
Drinking or overall?
I feel like I only throw up from drinking.
Yeah, like you wouldn't, like food poisoning or something. I'm saying like you would.
Never happened.
Okay.
factor that into my four.
It would be averaged in for sure. It would have to be. Yeah.
It may make it 5 because it's never happened before,
You'd add
and
an extra.
I'm good. I'm good for my
like,
4.
I feel like 5 years is a nice round number.
That's once every 3 months that I'm throwing up.
That's a lot. You think that's a lot?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like once every 4 years is.
I'm gonna say my average is like 1 a year.
Okay.
1 or
that's
2
more
a year.
likely.
Yeah,
once every 4 years is like. Have you ever been punched in the jejunum?
The jejunum?
The jejunum?
What? Are you having a stroke?
You never been punched in the jejunum?
I actually got it hit by a basketball.
No, you never saw. Speaking of basketball, you never saw. What's it called? Semi-pro.
No, I never saw
with
that.
Will Ferrell?
No, I never saw that.
Okay. There goes my joke.
The jejunum.
I don't know. Will Ferrell's character said he's never thrown up his entire life. And at one of like the basketball practices, Woody Harrelson's character is the coach, and he says he's going to run all the players until they throw up. And Will Ferrell's character is just crawling on the ground like hours after everyone threw up. He's like, I don't throw up, coach. I've never thrown up. And then the coach, Woody Harrelson's character goes, you ever been punched in the jejunum? And he punches them in the jejunum. It's like some pancreas thing, and he vomits.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you didn't answer my question. You've been punched in the jejunum.
I have not. I have not been punched in the
I don't even know where it is, so.
Probably somewhere like over here, maybe?
I don't know.
Can't be great. I think supposedly you're supposed to throw up or have a really hard time if you get hit in the nuts.
I've thrown up from getting hit in the nuts before.
See? That's supposed to be a thing.
Yeah.
I've been hit in the nuts, but I didn't throw up.
I've been hit in the nuts many times, but this one incidents, I did throw up.
What would you get hit by?
A backhand.
Oh, somebody like whacked you in the nuts?
Yeah.
Purposely?
Yeah.
Oh. Did you?
I threw up on their feet.
Yeah. Good for you. It's a good place to go.
I mean, it wasn't on purpose.
That must have hurt like hell. I got hit with a basketball there, and it crippled me for like an hour and a half.
But you could see how you would throw up from it.
Absolutely.
Like, because you kind of feel it all the way up into your stomach.
You feel it in your neck. I feel it in my throat. I feel it everywhere.
It's like...
It's terrible.
It's like when you watch Shark Week and they flip the sharks upside down and they just go into, like, that state of, like...
Shock?
Yeah.
Yeah. You literally... It is the ultimate body... You know how, like, sometimes when a remote isn't working, you stick a push pin or a push pin in, like, that reset button? That is the body reset button. If you get hit in the nuts, everything in your body just shuts down. Shuts down. Immediately, too. It's not even like you got to wait a little while. It shuts down, and it's down for a while. You're down for maintenance for like a good hour before you're feeling all right. It's really unbelievable.
Oh, I felt a lot better once I threw up on their feet.
See, I had to throw up. Maybe that was my issue.
It wasn't instant either. It was like, whoop.
Yeah, it takes a little bit. Takes a little bit, yeah. That's unbelievable. Well, I think I found the name of the episode. Have you ever been punched in the jejunum?
That's a good way to not get any views.
Yeah, I know. That's a good way. No streams this week. Our rant about the Jets.
Oh, last thing before we sign off, the bet got changed.
Yes, the bet did get changed.
You might be more excited for this.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that I'm not going to get to see you bald though, because after week 1, I'm feeling pretty confident about my Bills pick. Big week for you this week though. Your Pats play the Seahawks, so that's big.
I feel like even if they lose that, I'm okay.
We'll see. But the bet did get changed, so you're no longer obligated to get your head shaved, which I feel like you were a little disappointed by because you've always kind of been curious about getting your head shaved. But instead,
I think both options we came up with are funny.
Yes, I agree. So your new task when you lose, and I say when, not if, when you lose, your new task will be to join. No, well, not join me because I won't be getting it done, but you will take on my task of getting your wax on your chest. You're going to get your chest waxed. That's going to be one of your penalties. And then the other one, which was, kind of came to mind all on my own. You have to walk down Bell Boulevard, which, if you're not familiar with it, is a very popular street down here in Queens. Very popular. You got to walk down it. I would say it's a good mile where you got what you got to walk. You got to walk from here to the Bay Terrace, which I would say is probably a good mile, maybe a mile and a half.
I think it's more.
Yeah, it might be a mile and a half. From here to the Bay Terrace in a dress. And I'm not just talking about like a ball gown. I'm talking about like a short skirt dress. No sign. You're just going to do it. Heels.
No underwear.
Heels. Actually, no. I said you can wear flats. No underwear, yeah. You're just going to have to flap in the breeze.
Yeah. The heels thing, like...
No. It's not needed. Just the dress.
How would I even do that? And, like, I'd have to find size 12s.
And I'm going to ride alongside you in my car with the heat on. You're just going to do it. You're just going to...
It's fine.
Maybe I'll walk with you. But then I feel like that's just embarrassing for me. Then we just look like a couple.
Pretty sure you're going to get waxed anyway.
We'll see. But good news for me was because you lost the bald thing, I no longer have to get my pits waxed. Which is
I thought you were keeping the pits.
No.
Pretty sure we agreed on you're keeping the pits.
Did we? I'll keep the pits. I don't mind. Because you got 2 big ones.
Well, yeah, because you added me getting waxed and
the
walking
dress.
down Bell Boulevard. So you shouldn't lose the pits.
Yeah. All right, I'll keep the pits. That's fine. I'll keep the pits.
Because, like, if I lose, I have to do what you're doing and then some?
That's correct. That is absolutely correct. I'm a little disappointed. I wanted to see you bald so badly. I thought maybe it might even be a good look on you. But who knows?
Bald for Christmas would have been so funny.
That would have been funny. Bald for the weddings that you have coming up, I think, would have been...
I don't think it'd be a big deal by then.
Well, it depends on what
I would definitely have a beard. And I
Yes.
would have, like, a crew cut almost.
Yeah, you'd be fine. But, dress. Right down Bell. From here to the Bay Terrace.
Better for me.
Once around the Bay Terrace and back.
Easier.
Yeah. You can't run it also. That's my other rule. You gotta walk it. You can walk briskly.
Didn't plan on running in a dress.
You can walk briskly.
Have my...
Because it'll be a little chilly. But, dress.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Wax first, though. We want to make sure that you look good and your chest looks good in that.
Oh, you
dress,
don't want the chest hair coming out of the dress.
I'll decide. That's something that can be determined.
I
at
think
a
it
later
makes
date.
it funnier.
The chest hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right.
And then coming out of the freezing cold to...
Going back to what we were talking about before. Indecent exposure.
I'm wearing underwear.
Depends on how short the skirt is, I guess.
I mean, it can't be shorter than my underwear.
Got to be pretty short.
And would I even get indecent exposure for that? I have on underwear.
Possible.
Really?
Possible, yeah. I mean, today's day and age, who knows? You might even be.
What is this?
You might be fun.
What are you picturing this dress?
I can actually show you an example, I guess. I could probably come up with something.
Like,
I don't know what I'm going to show you specifically, but I can show you what I'm thinking.
if I got an indecent exposure ticket out of this, I'm setting your apartment on fire.
I mean, I'm picturing something along these lines.
Yeah, no indecent exposure. I'm gonna wear underwear.
I guess maybe that would be your issue.
That's still not indecent exposure because his dick's probably fine. His dick's in there.
It's tucked away. You'll be fine. I don't like talking about this because I feel like it's just going to lead to me losing. So I just, it is what it is. That's
It's like
the bet
reverse
now.
psychology.
Yeah, that's the bet now. And week 2. So far, we're even through 1. Both 1-0. Week 2.
I got a tough one this week. You have an easy one. Actually,
Yeah,
Dolphins didn't
nothing's
look.
easy.
Dolphins
Nothing's
play the
easy.
Bills really well.
Nothing's easy. You watching Thursday Night Football tonight?
No.
No. I am. Because I'm going up against you in fantasy, and I got Nick Chubb and Odell.
The heat are on
Oh, yeah.
right now, I think.
7 o'clock.
Right now.
Cool.
Yep.
Good stuff.
That's a
Episode
wrap.
15. Talked about a lot, covered a lot. Jets rant, the Jejunum. Jets and the Jejunum. Maybe
The
that's
Jejunum. I have to figure out how to spell it.
Jets and the Jejunum. There's your episode title.
Spoil it for them.
Not bad. Jets and the Jejunum. Thanks for listening. Episode 15. Be sure to subscribe. Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, Google Podcast. We will see you next week with an update on how close Billy's getting to his dress. Pats lose to the Seahawks. I'm one game closer.
Rich is going to have a nice, fine, smooth chest going into the winter.
Milky smooth.
Yeah.
It'll be nice. All right. Good stuff. See you next week.
Catch you later.